Well, here we are again, and now it's the T20 World Cup. And I tell you what, it was a by the skin of your teeth win for England against lowly Nepal in Mumbai. But my goodness me, one thing you must realise is that Peter Christian, that champion men's outfitters, they're not a by the skin of your teeth job, are they? All these wonderful clothes, summer clothes, winter clothes. I'm just off to Switzerland tomorrow, Monday. I'm starting my journey out there. And goodness me, I wonder if we can get as exciting cricket as we had in Mumbai in the ice at St. Moritz. We will see. But first of all, Peter Christian, don't buy as many clothes as you like. Yes, good heavens, yes. But have a look at their website and all these glorious, glorious clothes, and you will be away. And I know they'll offer you a really splendid discount, so don't hold back, will you? Now, let's go to Mumbai. What an extraordinary match it was. We knew that Nepal are much the best, or probably, of the associate members of the ICC, of the sort of nippers who come in at the end of the tournament, as it were, to make up the numbers, although that does sound a bit patronising. And so far in this tournament, all the so-called nippers have done extremely well. They've emerged, all of them, with a lot of credit in the early games, but none more so than Nepal today. Well, let's go through the day. It really was breathtaking. I had no idea. In the end, I have to let you know, there isn't a keener England or more passionate England supporter than me. But by the end, I was rather hoping Nepal were going to get up and win. It would have done their cricket so much good. Well, England won the toss, and Harry Brooks come very good at that, hasn't he? He won them all in Sri Lanka in the T20, three they had there. And Phil Salt got out very early on. Then Butler made his usual robust 29 before also getting himself out, trying to force the pace along. All their runs came pretty briskly at the start. And then it was Jacob Bethel with a very good 55. And Harry Brook, what in good form again, made 53. His hitting is extraordinary, Brooks. The way he makes room and then hits balls from the leg stump over extra cover for six, it's quite extraordinary. And he hits the ball so wonderfully hard. An extraordinary player. And England in the end owed it to Will Jacks, who made 39 not out, and hit 4 sixes and won 4, and really scored most of the 21 runs that came in the last over of the innings, which in the end was the decisive factor of the match. And it was Will Jacks who got the man of the match award. He fielded brilliantly and took a wicket and bowled his off breaks cleverly. Well, Sri Lanka. Nepal started off. They started off very well indeed. In fact, their first wicket fell in the 4th over when the score was 37, and their names are not exactly household names, are they? But Patel, their opening batsman, made a very good. He got into the 20s. He played 29. He played extremely well. And then got out looking to force the pace. And after that, we had 3 really good innings. Rohit Tordal, the captain, made a very good 39. Harry, the middle order batsman, made 44, hit 6 fours and 1 6, and really did look a very good player indeed. And then at the end, Lokesh made 39, not out. Hit 2 sixes, both off Jofra Archer in his last over when he came back, when it was getting a bit tense. And that over really took Nepal into the position almost of favourites right at the end. It was quite extraordinary. The height went on. England were let down today by Rashid. He went for 23 in his first 2 overs, and Brooke took him off. And then when he came back later on, his 1 over then went for 19. So none for 42 in 3 overs was not at all the Rashid we've come to expect. But then I suppose every bowler can have his off day, can't he? And there we were. It got tenser and tenser. At the halfway stage, there was a very good partnership of just over 80 between Airy and Tordell. They batted extremely well together. 81 runs they put on for the third wicket. And when the 10th over had been bowled, 85 for 2 they were, Nepal, they needed 100 runs off the last 10 overs, which did seem a little bit too much. It was a big ask for anyone. But for a so to speak, minnow, a side that's not playing established cricket in the way that England and all the other test playing countries are, it did seem too much, but they kept going, although the bowling actually then tightened up. Dawson was splendid. He got to those two big batsmen, Patel and also Tardell rather, and Ari got them both out, caught trying to force the pace, took 2 for 21 in his 4 overs, so very much made up for Rashid's day off, if you like it. And then runs dried up a bit. It got to the point where Nepal needed 15 and over, and it did look as though England were going to win, at relatively speaking, a canter at that stage. But this was not to happen. Runs kept coming. There was Lokesh played some wonderful strokes, and suddenly it was 50. It was 53 from 29 balls. And then suddenly, the 18th over, Archer came back. He was hit for those 2 sixes by Lokesh. And then Luke Wood came on to bowl the 19th over. Luke Wood had bowled 2 overs at the start, one a good one, one an expensive one. Now he had a poor over. He gave away 14 runs in all and 3 wides, which really was a little bit of a pity. So when the last over was bowled by Sam Curran, Nepal, with 4 wickets in hand, they needed 10 runs from 6 balls. It was game on. But Curran bowled a wonderful over. He's done so well in India with the IPL, which he's so to speak a very formidable player. And he bowled absolutely in the block hole. He bowled where batsmen couldn't hit him. It was a brilliant over. It went for 5 runs. And in the end, England won by 4 runs. And the one good thing that has come from it, really, is that Brooke is now he's shown that he really knows what he's doing as a captain, and he's remained in charge. He's steadied his players' nerves. They won that last T20 in Sri Lanka by 12 runs. They won this match by 4 runs, and Brooke was at all times in charge and in control. And he's making a very good case to retain the one-day captaincy. But we won't go into all the off-field antics all over again. So there we were. England have got off to a winning start. Their next game is the West Indies, also at the same ground in Mumbai, in the Wankhede Stadium. That's going to be harder, but West Indies are not a great side at the moment. And so England, I think, ought to win that. So there you are. Cricket on ice in St. Moritz is going to have a lot to live up to if he's going to keep pace with the start of this T20 World Cup. So too Peter Christian, of course. But then they have all the wherewithal to do so, all those wonderful clothes. So as I said to you, get the website, have a look at it, bung in your order, and you'll be away.